For those seeking financial confidentiality, privacy coins may be more appealing. Few cryptocurrencies are as well known as Monero when it comes to private cryptocurrencies. The Financial and Investment Wisdom channel is all about making better financial decisions. If you're looking for financial literacy, growth, investing, trading, or want to improve your finances, this could be a great one for you. If you tried on clothes in a clothing store, the only way the staff could be sure you weren't stealing was to make you try them on in public. They wouldn't have to trust you because they, their CCTV, and other customers could all hold you accountable if they saw you doing anything suspicious. Many cryptocurrencies use a similar system. Every transaction is recorded on a public ledger that anyone can access. This has numerous advantages. In conjunction with the use of cryptography, it ensures that transactions are nearly impossible to forge or duplicate. Furthermore, allowing users to validate transactions by majority vote makes the currency unlikely to be compromised by a third party. This is far more secure than using a 4-digit PIN or a security tag to protect products and currency in the real world. However, this transparency raises some privacy concerns. While you've probably never done it, we're sure you can imagine that trying on clothes in the middle of H&M on a busy Saturday afternoon isn't the most pleasant experience. While it may be more secure for the retailer, it is not the most comfortable, safe, or private option for the consumer. We expect a certain level of privacy in the real world, from changing rooms to voting booths, from Facebook passwords to padlocked diaries. Hence, it is not unreasonable to expect the same in the crypto world. Those familiar with cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin may argue that crypto transactions are not directly linked to personal identity. However, there is an increasing number of methods for connecting public keys to individual identities, such as blockchain analysis and know your customer policies. To continue with the worn-out shopping analogy, this is the crypto equivalent of blurring out a face on CCTV just a little bit more. It provides some anonymity, but it is not perfect. What is Monero? Monero is an open-source cryptocurrency that values privacy so much that only 2 of its 7 founders are publicly known. While Monero uses the same underlying technology as other cryptocurrencies, the so-called blockchain, the Monero founders recognized Bitcoin's flimsy privacy procedures and set out to improve them. The realms of privacy are frequently thought to be quite shady, but there are plenty of non-shady reasons you might want privacy. Perhaps you're in business negotiations and don't want to reveal how much money you have. Maybe you don't have faith in your country's government. Perhaps you don't want to be identified as a potential target for criminals. Maybe you don't want your mother to know how frequently you order takeout pizza. The right to privacy is a fundamental human right. While analogies to pizza orders are amusing, they do not reveal the technicalities of how Monero has secured such privacy, and why it is so important. Obtaining privacy while maintaining decentralized transparency is far from simple. So it's time to ditch the metaphors and get down to business. What makes Monero unique? Ring signatures. Monero's use of ring signature technology is one of the ways it achieves maximum privacy. When a transaction is completed, the actual signer is accompanied by several decoy signers known as mix-ins in Monero. Mix-ins are past transaction outputs that are mixed into the trade to protect the sender's privacy. This makes it more difficult to determine which signer is the actual signer, preserving the original input and providing the signer with plausible deniability. While this appears private, it does not appear to be particularly easy to validate, which compromises its security. But don't worry, Monero has you covered there as well. Monero employs key images to prevent users from spending twice. Every transaction uses vital photos, and while a ring signature may contain 8 signatures, there is only one key image. These key images are stored on the blockchain, allowing miners to continue verifying transactions. Stealth addresses to buy Monero. Ring signatures protect the sender's privacy, while stealth addresses protect the receiver's. Even if a single user sends Monero, XMR, to the same address multiple times, it will appear on the blockchain as a different address each time. Stealth addresses are randomized one-time addresses, so only the sender and receiver know where the Monero was sent. Ring CT. So you can't figure out who the receiver is, and you can't figure out who the sender is. So the only thing left to conceal is the transaction's value. This is where the Ring CT technology comes into play. Ring CT stands for Ring Confidential Transactions and is a relatively new addition to Monero's offering. This technology does not encrypt the data, but instead encodes it to conceal the transaction value. Miners can see that the input equals the sum of the output, allowing it to be validated. The benefits of Monero. Fungibility. Even those who do not value privacy will benefit from Monero's privacy features. When you hold a banknote, you have no idea where it has been or what it has been used for. You have no way of knowing whether it was used to purchase toilet paper and custard creams, or illegal narcotics and illicit items. This unidentifiable record means that the past of a banknote cannot influence or change its value. It will continue to be worth the denomination stated on the note. It is fungible, which means it can be exchanged for another note of the same denomination. However, every transaction is detailed on a public ledger for most cryptocurrencies, allowing users to see exactly where the currency has been since its inception. This means that if the currency was previously involved in illegal transactions, this is traceable and may have harmed its value. It is not interchangeable. To paraphrase the Declaration of Independence, all coins are created equal, but 10 years later, they are unlikely to be equal at all. Monero, on the other hand, is a fungible cryptocurrency due to its robust privacy features. You can't tell if a coin is clean or dirty because you can't track its history. While this may benefit some criminals, it also helps innocent users who may inadvertently possess tainted currency. Decentralization. While Monero is well known for its privacy, its mining process is also noteworthy. Mining entails users decrypting transactions to validate them and earn extra currency. This is an integral part of how cryptocurrencies can be decentralized, because most miners must agree on a calculation for it to be valid, and technically anyone can be a miner. On the other hand, many cryptocurrencies require or prefer an ASIC, or a specially designed integrated circuit. ASICs can be extremely expensive, and they consume a lot of power. As a result, mining is dominated by those who live in countries with cheap electricity, those who can afford the best ASIC, or those who pool their computational power in a mining pool. All of these dominators make cryptocurrencies more centralized than what was hoped. This is morally problematic, but it may also cause security issues. If a collection owns more than 50% of a blockchain, it can halt, reverse, or redirect transactions. Monero, on the other hand, is ASIC resistant, favoring more accessible CPU mining. The hope is that this will result in more evenly distributed and autonomous miners. While Monero's ASIC resistance is promising, it is not yet fully realized. 3 pools are thought to control 43% of the hash rate. How to purchase Monero. Monero has been around since 2014, however, it is so distinct from most other cryptocurrencies that it can only be purchased on a few platforms. Follow these 3 steps to get your hands on Monero. Find a Monero exchange. With hundreds of cryptocurrency exchanges to choose from, how do you know which one to use? The first thing you should consider is security and trust. This probably goes without saying, given that you intend to purchase a cryptocurrency focused on privacy. Cryptocurrency exchanges provide varying levels of security, but in general, security features such as two-factor authentication and cold storage should be a minimum requirement. Another critical factor is user experience. You want to be able to buy Monero not only securely, but also efficiently, especially if you're new to cryptocurrency. An intuitive user interface also assists you in making more informed decisions and avoiding errors. However, high security and a positive user experience frequently come at a cost. Because being the best of all worlds is more expensive, many user-friendly platforms charge higher prices and fees. Depending on the platform and your mode of payment, transaction costs can range from 0.1% to more than 10%. Register for a Monero exchange. Signing up for a Monero exchange is a simple process. Enter your information as you would for any other trade. Most platforms, however, require you to verify your identity before you can proceed to fulfill their anti-money laundering obligations. This is as simple as uploading a passport scan. Purchase Monero with US dollars or euros. Finally, you've arrived. And believe it or not, purchasing Monero is the most straightforward part of the entire process. The final step in purchasing Monero is to send money to the exchange. This can be accomplished through bank transfer and a credit card, Skrill, or other payment methods. You can finally buy Monero once the cryptocurrency marketplace receives your payment. On most marketplaces, selecting the purchase amount in US dollars or euros and clicking the buy button is as simple as it gets. Following your purchase, it is recommended that you send your gleaming new Monero to your wallet. More information on this can be found in our cryptocurrency wallet guide. As more cryptocurrencies recognize the value of privacy, they add new features and functions, to compete with Monero's offering. But more importantly, Monero incorporates these functions into every transaction. This is a coin that prioritizes privacy rather than fighting for it as an afterthought. That is considered quite valuable in an increasingly scrutinized world. We will teach you the fundamentals of financial terminology and how to get started. You'll also learn about cryptocurrency trading and investing, growth stocks, and how to be economically confident. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single upload. For the time being, sayonara.